So in this activity, we are going to learn the Extrude Boss Base feature. First, we need to actually draw the part that you see on the activity. That activity that I'm talking about is this right here. We're going to be drawing this part. We're going to be extruding it and making it into this 3D shape. And you can see over here, we're actually going to be changing the material as well. So I'm going to move this to my other screen. And you can do the same thing as well and continue along with SOLIDWORKS. So first we're going to start out by going up to File, New, or you can hit this piece of paper, but we want a part file. It says that we need to look for our units, and you can find that in the bottom right-hand corner. Yours might already say IPS, it might say MMGS, or it might say something else. You see mine is in this custom, because I was just doing another project in this custom version. So we want IPS here, inches, pounds, and seconds. So you'll have to look at every single activity we do. It is specified whether it's in inches or millimeters, but that is where you would change it. So next it says use the sketching tools needed to create the sketch. So we're going to go up to the Sketch tab, select the Sketch button, and we're just going to click on the front face. And this will rotate for us. Here's our 0, 0 mark. You can see in the picture that this origin is in the bottom left-hand corner. So I'm simply going to draw this with the line tool. Just get my line tool, click on my origin, move straight up, over to the right, down on an angle, down a little bit, and then back to your origin. Okay. Then I can hit the green check to get off the line tool. Now you want to take note and look close at all of your lines. If you do not see these little geometric relation symbols next to them, maybe you drew on an angle. So you can fix that by making this one a vertical line, just clicking on it and hitting vertical, clicking your top line here and making it horizontal, bottom one, so also horizontal, and the one on the far right is vertical. Notice it didn't change anything for my pictures because when I sketched this out, I was very careful in drawing in that exact shape. Okay, so these two are actually already defined other than the endpoint because they are perfectly horizontal lines or a perfect vertical line. We can now go ahead and use the Smart Dimension tool and actually add in the measurements we see. So this line on the left is 3 inches long. So we'll click and add 3. And your very first dimension determines the size of everything else. So that for me was almost 3 inches. Yours could be 20 inches, 15 inches, 8 inches, some random number. But all the other lines now are going to change according to that first line. So I'm going to select my bottom line and make that one 5. This small line over here is 1. And the top line up at the top is 2. So notice I didn't even have to dimension my angle because it's determined that from here to here is 3, over is 2, and that's the starting spot of that angle. It can't start anywhere else but right there. Same thing with this. So it's already determined its exact length. So now that we're done with the sketch and it is fully defined, it's very important you always look down here to make sure that this is fully defined, not underdefined. Okay, if it's fully defined, you can move on to the Features tab, hit the Extruded Boss Base button, and this button changes your 2D sketch into a 3D object. So notice it rotated to a 3D angle, and over here on the left there are different things like direction. There's a word that says blind, so that's the end condition. We're just going to keep that at blind. Your distance here, so our distance it says is 2 inches, and you can see it changes the picture, and you can also see that there's an arrow pointing forward. If I hit this button right here that's reverse direction, notice I can change it to going backwards. So you got to determine which way you actually want this to go. For this example, it really doesn't matter if it goes forward or backwards. You just were trying to learn the Boss Extrude button. So you can hit the green check once you have it set to 2. It will now be a 3D object, but we need to change its material. So over on the left here in your browser, it says material is not specified. In order to change that, you can right click and you'll see that there are a whole bunch of presets here, just general everyday materials. If you don't find the material you want in this list, there is an option to edit the material. But you'll notice when you do that, there are tons and tons and tons of different materials. So for these first couple examples and easy activities I give you, I tried to keep this to all of these presets. So this one is the PBT general purpose. And actually, that material is a type of insulation foam. So it's a very light, thin foam. Okay. Now that we have that changed, you are done. So you can go up to File, Save As, and save this in your TechDraw 1 folder, in your Unit 1 folder. And you can name this Demo Part 1. So Demo Part 1. Hit Save, you can close out, and you can continue on to assignment number 1.